Hello, I wanted to do an update on my post 6 week op ACL, MCL, and meniscus root repair surgery. So it my post op was April 30th. It's currently now May 9th, so I'm making it a little bit late. But I did want to get kind of like the feel and the vibe of real time progress on that. So for 6 weeks, especially with a meniscus root repair, which is different from other meniscus repairs, they don't want you to bear weight for 6 weeks, which means they want you to be on crutches, non-weight bearing, not even partial weight bearing for 6 weeks. That's probably one of the hardest things to do, to be honest, especially for most people who do tear the ACLs, being very active and busy, up and about people, which is definitely the case for me. Not just in sports, I love to be just out of the house, moving, doing you know, living life, doing my stuff. So honestly, you know, even and the thought once you get the surgery and you wake up, you hear the news, like even just making it past day one, two, three, and four, week one is like seems like forever, and like long term, you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna do 6 weeks living like this. So very tough. The mental side definitely takes a toll. I feel like sometimes maybe people don't talk about the mental side, but it's really actually, it may sound cliche, but it's really the hardest part of this kind of surgery. Um, because the physical, the pain goes about away within like a week. You're not really suffering after that. You don't need pain meds anymore. At least for me, I was fortunate. I only took, I think, one oxy to get me through it. And yeah, it's really the mental side. So 6 weeks is what they want. Now I'm gonna be honest, all right, because that's the point of these videos. So I will admit, I'd say about for 3 weeks I was non-weight bearing, and then gradually, slowly, surely, I started maybe putting a little bit of weight on the leg. Maybe try and stand a few seconds without the crutches. Maybe move from like the bed to the couch or the TV to my room without the crutches. Because just honestly, it's so like to walk around with crutches is not in it itself is already annoying and difficult. What's more annoying is how much you can't do because you don't have free hands. So it's like even making your own food, like making a plate, like you need to walk around holding the plate and the food. So like I would have to carry things with my mouth because your hands are busy while you have the crutches on. So it's like, you know, you can't walk around and hold stuff. So you need to, for the first 2 weeks, I pretty much asked like, my family to like make my food for me and everything because like just the amount of effort just to make a plate of food is like, yeah, even moving from like the kitchen to the fridge to the table, carrying this to that, like it's crazy how like how many regular things we do that becomes so much effort, when you have to use crutches and stuff. And not even just because your leg, because like your hands aren't free, your hands are busy with the crutches. So crazy amount of work. Luckily, I did have my family at home, which was good. But like I said, I'm here to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. About 3 weeks, I was non-weight bearing, and I'd say about week four, started moving around the house from my bed, from my room, to different parts of the house without crutches. Obviously, putting the majority of weight on my right leg. I'm not just like free walking, obviously. But yeah, wearing my brace, of course. And then I'd say week five. uh, Maybe I started going out of the house again around 3 weeks. Driving. Like I said, my after 2 weeks post op, hence my last video, I was able to start bending my knees, so I was able to start driving again, which is great. Um, but yeah, I'd say week four, week five, I'm starting to walk around a little bit, maybe walking outside the house a little bit. I kind of mixed it up. I was like half crutches, half not crutches. If I was like moving long distances outside, like school or something, I'd use the crutches. Week five though, week five, week six, uh, I went to Top Golf. So I was playing golf, no crutches, obviously. Again, like obviously, I'm not saying I'm doing the right thing, but It's very tough. It's kind of like, fuck it, just whatever. How, things, it is what it is. Live your life. Um, Even while I'm not using my crutches, I'm doing the best I can to limit my weight. Most of it's being on my right leg. I'm trying to sit down as much as I can. But yeah, week 5, my last week pretty much of non-weight bearing, was definitely weight bearing. Week 5 was weight bearing. Week 4 was a mix of crutches and not crutches. I'd say I really did probably 3 weeks of non-weight bearing. Now, is that gonna have long-term implications? Did I mess up my surgery? I don't know. Uh, I can walk now. It's what, 8 weeks post-op, May 9th. Uh, I got my surgery March 18th, April 18th, May. Almost 2 months ish, month and a half. Um, and I'm feeling, yeah, I'm feeling good. Right now, real time, I'd say there is some pain in my knee. Like I said, this surgery is much more difficult than the last surgery I had, which was just an ACL allograft reconstruction, no meniscus, no MCL. That surgery was a breeze. Like I'd say probably 3 weeks. I was already in the gym doing bike. I went in bike probably about 3 days ago at the gym, and I was like, it wasn't really it. Even having it on a low setting was like causing me some knee discomfort. I have a weird pain. Let me just show y'all real quick this point in my recovery. Hopefully that's a clear image. Hopefully. Anyways, so MCL scar, ACL scar. That's the old one. This is the main, or these two are MCL. Sorry, where they did not reconstruction. This is the big ACL. Sorry, it's just not a clear image today. Big ACL scar. They had a little one here. Anyways, I have a weird pain. I guess it's probably normal actually for this surgery, I guess. But like I said, they did MCL, ACL, meniscus. So I don't have really any pain here. Luckily, my sensation did return after my first week of post-op. All the way down to here was numb. Luckily, it's back to kind of that normal patch that was numb before from the first surgery. This area, honestly, I don't see that changing much. I have a friend who she tore her ACL like 3 years ago. She said that never really recovered. It's just been numb. It's just gonna be numb. For a lot of people. And then I have a little bit of numbness here, but it's really recovering good. And then I would say, okay, it's a little tender, maybe even still a little swollen, maybe. Not much atrophy in my legs. I guess my legs genetically they stay nice. So what was I gonna say? Oh, so I get especially when I bike and I put that pressure. I get a weird pain like here, not necessarily on the side, but more like on the front inside portion of the knee. I get like a weird pinching pain when I walk and when I'm putting pressure on my leg. I'm assuming that's normal. It's gonna go away with time. But yeah, it makes it a little uncomfortable to walk, and obviously I'm not even thinking about jogging at this point in the recovery. But yeah, I'm actually still trying to limit walking as much as possible. I'm sticking to swimming a lot. Here, let me put it back. I'm sticking to swimming a lot, which is even that because you're still kicking with your legs. It puts a little discomfort on the knee. But swimming is wonderful. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. I do walk around. Definitely not as much as I'd like to. I'm a huge walker, runner. I do like an hour of cardio every time I go to the gym. Before I hit weights, 15 bike, 15 stairs, 30 treadmill. So I'm definitely not on my usual level, but definitely, yeah, I'm up and about. And anything else, yeah, it's like I said, it's about 8 weeks post-op. Definitely more difficult recovery than my first ACL surgery. But you know what, y'all? I'm really hoping this is the one. I'm hoping this is the last time I go through this, even if it takes, I'm gonna be disciplined with this one, and it's like even if it takes 2 years or whatever, it'd be nice to eventually get back to normal. You just gotta accept reality. It sucks. You know, if you would have told me at some point in my life, I'm gonna go not only 1 year without playing soccer, but then a whole nother year, it's like, you could have told me, hey, you can't. When I used to get hurt, like minor injuries, even not playing for like 2 weeks was like, wow, like it sucks. But when things happen to you, this is part of the mental aspect. You have no choice but to accept reality. And that reality for me and many people is not only that I couldn't play for 1 year, which was already hard enough. I thought I made it out of that, and then it wasn't healed and it got torn again. And a quick FYI, I didn't really re-tear my ACL. It was intact, but it just because I did the allograft, the first surgery. I'm 30 years old. Not really recommended. Don't know why I did that, but just letting you know what I did. Because it wasn't completely healed and incorporated to my body, it wasn't functioning. So even though I didn't tear it, my knee was loose. It gave out on me, and I ended up tearing my MCL again, and my meniscus. So even though the ACL was intact, it didn't tear. It's not doing its job. So we went ahead and did the ACL reconstruction surgery with my patellar tendon autograft, which is pretty much the gold standard for athletes. And honestly, I would say even if I was like 40 years old and I'm still playing soccer, which I probably would when I'm 40 years old, I would still go with the patellar tendon because they say, patellars for like people over like 30, 35, but it really depends on your activity level. Because even if you're young and you're not active, you could go away with an allograft. The recovery is so much easier and nicer with the allograft, I will say that. But yeah, if you really want to play again, I get all the research just points to particularly to patellar. I wouldn't do hamstring because my hamstrings already have like issues. I pull them, so I was like, I don't want to mess with those. Quadriceps, I don't know. I just, because of the bone to bone healing, we chose the patellar. But yeah, hopefully this little pain goes away. I'm actually having a little side note. I don't think, maybe I'll do videos for these ones too, but my UCL, my ulnar collateral ligament, which is a ligament that kind of like, it's right here on your thumb, that prevents your thumb from being pulled down, too far. I tore that playing soccer. I fell back on my hand, and my thumb was underneath my hand when I broke my fall, and all my body weight just like pushed on my thumb and pushed it like too far back, and I heard the cracking and crunching. That was like 2 years ago. I kind of just let that thing heal on its own. It's like, I'd say 85% healed, but I just don't want to get arthritis or anything long term. So I might I have the surgery scheduled for Tuesday, actually, this upcoming like 4 days. And yeah, I guess maybe it's just a good time because my insurance is met, everything's going to be, cheaper. So it's like, if I'm going to do it at some point in my life, might as well get it over with. So I might be posting videos for those as well. Kind of coincides with my time off work. I got hurt back in February on my knee. They gave me all the way until June 22nd off paid time leave. So you know what? If I can kill two birds in one stone and have my insurance and money wise work out for me, why not? And yeah, I'm actually starting a new physical therapy job in June as well. So get myself some free treatment. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. I know these videos are kind of lengthy, but it's a vlog style video. I feel like when I was looking for videos on YouTube, I was just kind of, a lot of well-done professional videos, shorter, all concise, like whole recovery in one video, which is very nice. Trust me, I watch those too. I don't always necessarily want to watch a guy talk for like 15 minutes, but I don't see these videos as much on YouTube, which are like, to me, very personal, real-time videos, which I think also are very valuable because I know it's something that I would have liked to look for when I was, most people watching ACL videos are people who are tore their ACL, who are about to have surgery, just had surgery, in the process of recovery. So, I'm really targeting it for those people. But yeah, thank you for watching. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna see my, another quick note. Um, Again, I'm being honest. Oh yeah, my range of motion. So I can get pretty much almost a full range of motion, with the exception of like when I bend my knee too far in and put pressure. Like the range of motion is pretty much full, but once I put the pressure there, there's like definitely a pain in my knee that's not on my right side. So like if I were to squat down and kneel down, that would probably cause some pain. But my extension is completely normal. That was I actually had better extension than flexion, which is interesting. Usually it's the extension that's like causes that pain. But so I saw my doctor and he examined me, my range of motion. He says, "You're doing great, everything." Now I was supposed to go to physical therapy during those 6 weeks before my post-op 6 week visit. I ended up not going, even though my doctor told me to go and I'll tell you why. Because I said, you know what? I've been through this recovery before, even though it was a much easier version last time. I'm very active on my own in general. I know a lot. I'm in PT school. I don't know. I know kind of my stuff. And I'm not saying that to brag, but like all that, my only goal from the surgery to my 6 week post-op, or from my 2 week post-op to my 6 week post-op, was to gain range of motion, rest, which I partially did, and to bend my knee and gain my range of motion. It's like I don't feel like I need to go and pay someone to tell me how to bend my knee. I know how to do that. So I would just like practice bending my knee and getting my range of motion slowly throughout, randomly on my own. I don't need to go to a clinic for them to tell me, all right, let's bend your knee. Like, like honestly, let's admit the point of physical therapy is not for you to keep seeing them. The point of view is to see them, learn, and then do it on your own. All right. Like I think myself, because I'm trying to be a physical therapist, if I'm a good physical therapist, unless you have like a problem that's just like chronic and it's just there's nothing you can do and you can't make it go away. Actually, even if that's the option, I still don't want to see you after a certain amount of time, because that means in a way I'm not doing my job, because I'm supposed to be teaching you. Like the goal of physical therapy is not to baby people and make them and like walk them through it. At the beginning it is, but the thing is to make the client as independent as possible. That's the goal. So I want them to learn and then do it on their own. If they keep seeing me, I feel like either I'm not doing a good job or they're not putting in the work they need to put in, because you should be learning it on your own. You should be able to do it on your own at some point. So I didn't want to go in for them to tell me just to bend my knee. And funny enough, I walked in without telling him, and he looked at my knee. He was like, bro, he literally said word for word, "You're ahead of the curve with the knee range of motion. Fantastic." And then I told him, I was like, "Oh, I actually haven't gone to physical therapy." And he kind of laughed. And then he told me, "Well, I want you to go to physical therapy now." I'm not saying I won't, but I don't know. It's like I already did this whole process. I know what to do. I have a whole gym. I even have the physical therapy clinic give me a full box of TheraBands, which are the rubber elastic bands. Like I even have the equipment, and I'm gonna be working my job that's in a physical therapy clinic. It's like I don't think I need to go and pay somebody to do it. Now obviously, yeah, they have things like e-stimulators and electrical, stuff like that, but I'm not saying that doesn't help, but I don't think I would go just for that. And plus, I'm gonna start my new job in June, so I'll be working at a physical therapy clinic. But yeah, so as far as physical therapy, I will say it depends on you. I will say if you feel like you need it, take it. Even though my doctor, I know he means well, he might even be right. But you know what? As long as you know what you need to do and you can do it on your own, I don't think you need to go to physical therapy. But yeah, obviously at the beginning, I think that one of the biggest values of physical therapy is evaluation. So they'll be able to evaluate and see how you're doing. I might pop in maybe in like a month or 2 months or 3 months and just like get evaluated and see how my knee's doing. But even evaluation I can do on my own. I know it's, you know your own body better than anyone because it's your body. You're in it. So anyways, I feel like this video has probably gone a little bit longer than it needed to. But if you've been watching, thank you so much for watching. Like many people, when I had surgery, I ain't got nothing better to do. So, so hopefully, you know, people who are going through it have time to watch this 20-minute video of me talking about it. But yeah, I think my next video might be maybe when I'm walking without any pain or whenever that happens, because I don't have any appointments scheduled with my doctor. But yeah. I think that might be a wrap on it. So yeah, I hope I didn't forget anything. So just leave in the comments, like, you don't have to subscribe, but yeah, just as long as this helps somebody.